Hey, welcome back to another episode of the King and Ragone Show on Believe Network and the Draft Network. We're here with my friend and former teammate and current Arizona State defensive tackle, Nesta Jade Silvera.
What up, Nesta? I think me and Ryan wanted to bring you on. It's been a lot of questions and, on why you left and all that. So we wanted to bring you on, talk about your journey, how it's been going at Arizona State, and just about, everything about Miami. So.
For sure. I appreciate y'all boys, bringing me on and all that, for sure.
I like that chain you got on, glam and stuff.
What's on your neck?
Middle of the mall jewelry.
Oh, full mall jewelry. I like it,
Yeah.
It's like $50, get a nice little chain.
Exactly.
Now I see kind of your spot in the background. I wanted to ask you, because I know you had a nice spot here. Did you leave just because, the rent went up around here? Stuff like that. Miami's the least affordable city in the country now. Arizona, I don't know how it is over there.
Yeah, man. Rent did skyrocket, boy. I had to get up out of there, pack them bags.
Nah, but all jokes aside, I wanted to kind of, we'll get to that later, but I wanted to ask you, how it was growing up, and you're from Fort Lauderdale, right?
Broward County.
Broward County, they all say different spots around here. I don't know how it is. Yeah, same thing, right?
Something like that.
All right, so you're from Broward County. How was it, growing up there? How was it, playing football, coming up, as a little leaguer? Did your older brother play? Did your pops play? Like, how'd you get into it?
I mean, football really just it's culture down here, just being from the crib. Being from Broward, it's just coming up. That's what's important. You know what I'm saying? Playing football. Saturdays you going crazy at the park. All that. It just came. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing since I was 4 years old, for as long as I can remember. With best of the best coming up. So,
Yeah. What was the first position you played in Little League?
First position I played, center.
Center?
Yeah, I was playing center and linebacker, boy, with a duck.
I can't see you playing linebacker. I ain't gonna lie. You don't think you got it in you. So, I don't know if you got that in you.
Sideline D tackling in the country. You heard? Sideline aside.
Respectfully.
My first position, I played quarterback in Little League. Played quarterback, and then I remember I moved, and I went to a whole new team. Nobody knew me. And I was just kind of big at the time, bigger than the other kids. So they put me in left guard. So I played left guard for a year. Wore number 57. Yeah. It was
line to junior year in high school, boy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Did you get any some people may not have known, but your first position, like in high school and stuff, was offensive line. Did you have like offers and stuff at offensive line?
I had like 10 O's at O-line, bro. Like, I had USF, Kentucky. My first offer was like FAU. Shout out Coach Patriot. Coach Justice was the O-line coach at that time, too. That's how I knew him. But, yeah, I had a couple O's at O-line. We was deep at Heritage, so, you had to get in where you fit.
What you played guard, center? What you played at Heritage?
Guards, left guard. That boy Kai at left tackle. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Kai, I forgot about the Kai Herbert. My God.
The legend.
Hey, Kai Leon. Yeah, but yeah.
But no, what made you transition to defensive tackles? That's just something you kept asking the coach, like you want to play on defense, or were you too aggressive?
Coach Runt was the head coach and had me at O-line. And when he left to take a job at Miami, Coach Pat was like, he too crazy for O-line. He got to hit somebody. And Coach Pat Surtain, he transitioned me over to D tackle, and just the rest of history.
Dang, so it's Tomorrow's fault you was playing O-line.
Yeah,
it's Runt's fault.
That sounds about right.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. Hey, so growing up in Broward County, at what age, what I'm saying, did you know that you wanted to play for Miami, or that came later, or was that in your blood? You know what I'm saying?
I'll never forget. I was probably 7, probably around 2007. I played at West Pines Wildcats. We had some dogs come out of there too, you know what I'm saying? But shoot, I remember they used to have a bus come through like before every season, like all the UN players, they come through, give the little, the little BS, the little schedule and the sign stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, I'm like, that's all you really knew coming out here. You don't really see much as my people, shoot, 2 immigrants from Jamaica, like, so it's like, they don't know nothing about football. They ain't putting me on, this NFL team, we growing up like, nah, none of that. So it's like, all I knew, that's all I saw. So from there.
So when you started getting recruited, because obviously you 5-star, right?
I'm not.
4-star? You a 4-star, right? You getting recruited by all these big time universities. Like, was it easy to stay home, or you was, talking to Bama and Georgia and USC, whatever?
Like right after my junior year, like right after that, we had won states and shit. I had probably dropped. It started with Georgia, FSU, and I got Bama. This was like January time, and then February. I had got that U offer. February 13th, I got that U offer. I took my visit February 14th, committed on the 14th. I said, like, forget all them other schools. Then I kept getting O's and all that, but I just shoot Coach Rick. Coach Rick got me in that. He said something like, "You committed to us now?" I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." Then I didn't even know what it really meant. I was just like, "Yeah, shoot, I know this is where I want to be." So that's where I got there.
That's hard.
Who offered you before Miami did? Like, I'm talking like Power 5 at defensive tackle.
FSU, Georgia, Bama, Florida, LSU.
Was it like Miami waited a while, or was it, kind of back to back?
Last one, Miami was one of the last like big schools that I like was waiting on to like offer like in that time frame.
Did you kind of feel some type of way about it? Because I know some people, they'll take that to heart and be like, you know what, I'm not going there because of that.
No. I didn't even care. Like Coach Cool called me, offered me. I said, I'm trying to visit the next day. Shoot. I stayed 2 years. I stayed committed for 2 years. Took a few other visits and shit like that. Played around, did that JIT stuff, with the hats, messing with schools and shit. I ended up.
What were your final schools?
I took OVs to Florida, Tennessee, and Miami. But that was my final 3. Yeah. So it really was Florida and Miami. Really messed with Florida, like truly, like shoot. I probably would have messed around and went to Florida if my old girl was like, "You're not leaving." She told me straight, "I'm not signing them papers. Like, you going to Miami. You've been committed for 2 years. You gonna honor what you said you was gonna do." And shoot, I went on that stage, bill. I committed. Said, "Very great with the little checking and shit."
Yeah.
I actually remember. I remember the signing day and everything. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I remember looking up at the screen, and this dude had a Chucky doll in his hand. I'm like, what the heck is that? I ain't never seen that before. And I remember the dudes talking about make the crib great, talking about Miami and stuff. I'm like, man, Miami, that's a place to be.
Crazy thing is about that crib great shit, bro. I thought about the whole speech on the spot because, like, I'm really that morning, like, trying to tell my old girl, like, I'm not trying to go there anymore. Like, so I really came up with that shit. Like, yeah, I'll never forget, like, all my dogs was coming, like, Pat Sertan, Tyson Campbell, and Drew. So Drew Chatfield, I'm saying, man, and ESPN was coming, and, like, they told, like, Coach Pat, like, if he's not finna flip to Florida, like, he can't be on the, be on the hat shit. Like, he got to go after, like, and I remember, like, damn, I'm not going to switch. And then, like, they had gave me the shit on sudden shit, like camera shit, like on some sudden shit, because everybody already committed on ESPN. Boom. They came over, passed me the mic, put the camera on. Motherfuckers were walking behind me and shit already, congratulating everybody else and shit. And then, like, I just said to make the career great shit. Like, I was just like, because that's just what was on my mind. Like, because bro just went to Tuscaloosa. Bro just went to Gainesville. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, so we could go there or we can make the career great. And bro, I swear to God, before I got to the crib and could have trademarked it, that shit was trademark. Like, ain't no chance.
Yeah, I was about to.
That night, my old boy went to the crib, tried to like, oh, let me see what boom, boom, like GoDaddy or whatever that shit be when you get like trademark shit. Shit gone. Don Life has shirts like the next week, green ass niggas.
Yo.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you about.
Y'all know what time it is. Yeah, it is.
I ain't gonna lie. Everybody use make the career grade now. Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's theirs. And I know you original.
Bro, like just give me my flowers, man. You know?
Yeah.
I know that because you. I acknowledge that. I remember I saw someone on Twitter saying something about making the crib grade. I actually saw some shirts that dropped, not the Dime Life shirts. I saw some shirts that dropped saying "Make the crib grade," and I was
shout out Dime Life, man. Stop playing.
Shout out Dime Life. They show love. They show love.
Yeah. All that.
No, but yeah, I saw there was this season someone dropped some shirts saying "Make the crib grade." I think you quoted it or something. But
yeah.
I definitely feel like
I don't even
feel like they should pay you for that. But you know, that's another topic.
I don't need that shit. They got that. They might need me.
But no, there was a question. You know, I posted on Twitter today asking if people had any questions for you. What was this is one of them from Sweet Jones Jr. He asked, what does he learn most from Miami? Does he feel he left the crib greater than it was?
What's that name?
His ad is low too cool, but his name says Sweet Jones Jr.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
He says, what does he learn most from Miami? Does he feel like he left the crib greater than it was? Does he feel like there is more he could have done?
What I learned from Miami is definitely brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like the U runs deep in like the people that's in that locker room is what I would say. You know, it's real. Like you know what you playing for. You know what you playing for, and so you just learn. You learn what shit means. Like it's bigger than you, is what I would say. And what was the other part of the question?
Does he feel like he left the crib greater than it was?
Like I feel like honestly, like people really like. I came in first year, we got our ass blowed out Wisconsin in that bowl game. Like we had some great players on that defense: Sheldrick Redwine, Mike Pinckney, Shaq Quarterman, Jaquan Johnson, Gerald Willis, Joe Jackson, Jonathan Garvin. Bro, like dudes who are in the NFL, like right now, Michael Jackson, like they all in the NFL still to this day. So we had guys and we went 7-6. The next year, 2019, 6-7. 2020, I feel like is a year that a lot of people overlook because of COVID. And they don't realize like good of a year we had, how great of a year we had, like compared to all the years prior, just because it was COVID. Like the FSU game, we beat FSU 52-10, but we had 10,000 fans in the stadium. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't hold the same feeling or same to people, I feel like. So to answer that question, 2021 was a year of a lot, bro. Like y'all was there. We had starters go down left, right. It was almost a team. It was almost two teams. You know, sad to say. Like, you feel me? Like, we had a younger team and an older team at a point. You know what I'm saying? So to answer the question, did I leave it greater than I got it? I definitely feel like I did. Like that locker room when we got there, my class got there 2018, even the 2017 class. The locker room was clicky when we got there. Like I said, we had great players, but it felt like it was kind of clicky. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the way we made the locker room and built it, like even just the D-line room itself, like everybody messes with each other. Everything's cohesive. Like you'll have the starting quarterback, Derrick King, hanging out with the third string long snapper. Like you don't got stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? On every team, I feel like. So yeah, I left it greater.
I agree for sure. Like you said, I think a lot of people gonna overlook, the growth that we made, right? And then once the team start doing really well, hopefully next year coming up, they gonna be like, oh, that's this guy, or this coach, they don't get all the, the glory, but I'm saying, like the growing pains that we have to go through. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to the, not complaining, but going to the dining hall. They got breakfast catered to them every day now. All you can eat buffet. They got this amount of resources. They got this kind of people supporting the program. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
that was
they don't understand the growing pains.
I feel like if you in it, you understand it. As the coaches who really in it, they understand it. It's just that outside shit. Y'all know what time it is. Like,
Yeah.
feel me? Don't really know what's going on.
And that's that what you were saying, Derek, about like, oh, we may have a great season next year, but they don't realize that the season prior is what built it. There was I always watch it, the U Part 2. They talk about the 2001 team, and the head coach, I think, was he was the head coach at FIU. I forgot his name.
Butch Davis.
Butch Davis, yeah. And then he didn't win the national championship, but the next coach, Larry Croker, did.
Yeah.
Or Larry Croker, whatever. And they said it didn't matter who the coach was that year. We were going to win anyways, just because, like, they felt, that all this work was just building up, even though their record wasn't showing it, So, I mean, it's kind of like that, I feel.
Oh, definitely gonna snap. You feel me? It just was a matter of like, what's going to help the Silvera last name, Miami snapping or me snapping? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that kind of leads me to my next point next question is, like, what are you looking forward to, like, at Arizona State?
ASU got a real good team, bro. They played Wisconsin in the bowl game, finished off, lost a tough game, but had a good year. Could have definitely won the South. Lost to Utah in a tough one, but bro, they have a young team that's really just, I feel like, on the up and up, and just needed a few more pieces to get where they needed to get. And I feel like I could have been a major part of getting them to where they need to be. It's Herm Edwards. Who wouldn't want to play for a coach like that? I feel like the D-line coach I got, Coach Rodriguez, he's second to none. He coaching 6th, 7th round picks who going to be Pro Bowlers with the Vikings, and just things like that. I just feel like it's helped me take it to the next level.
It's funny you talk about Herm Edwards. I know Derek heard me, tell this story before, but only one coach. I didn't have any offers out of high school, none of that, no letters, anything. I got one phone call from one coach ever in high school, and it was from Herm Edwards. I'll never forget it. He called me on a Saturday morning. I picked up my phone. I'm like, hello, like, who's this? He's like, hey, this is Coach Herm Edwards at Arizona State. Just watch your film and stuff. Wanted to give you a call and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, no, like, seriously, like, who is this? Because I ain't got one call, one offer, and one letter from nobody. I'm like, who is this? He's like, no, seriously, this is Coach Herm Edwards. He's like, I just want to talk to you a bit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I like Herm Edwards. I do. And I can understand, why you would go there, and if he was a part of that, why you're the reason there. I'm part of the reason you're there. But in that also, I wanted to ask, I mean, you don't have to, answer this, but I wanted to know what other schools were in play for you.
I can honestly say, every school in the country, ran my line. Honestly, besides, I ain't gonna flag, besides Oklahoma, Clemson, Alabama, and probably the only schools that didn't call me.
I got a question. Like you said, you're from Broward, right? So how hard was it for you to make the decision to, enter the portal and move on?
I mean, bro, it's the crib. It's tatted on me. I love that shit. Who wants to? It was a tough decision, but it's like it's easy to just look at it like a business move. Like, I never left the crib before, so it's like quick trip, do something, do everything you got to do. Help this team grow, try to be a leader. Win as many games as we can, and get back to the crib and get to work.
Now, I know that's something me and Eric talked about before on a previous episode, talking about whenever you did transfer, a lot of people don't understand, like, your love for the crib, like, for Miami, for Broward County, for the University of Miami. Like, me and you have had conversations one-on-one. Like, I know without a doubt that you love this more than anybody else on the team or in the program. You love the University of Miami. And
Still on the team?
Huh?
You still on the team, but chill out, huh?
No. I'll give it to you. Like you 100%. You love Miami, and I know this. I mean, I've seen the look in your eyes, like after a loss, like you actually felt real pain, while other people, it seemed like they didn't care. Like you really, really love the University of Miami, and a lot of people don't understand. Like it must have been a very, very, very hard decision for you to leave.
I mean, yeah, bro. Sometimes I feel like passion is mistaken as aggression, or as just when everybody doesn't want it. Like you said, everybody don't want it as much as you. You seem like the crazy one, and shit that might be right, but it's like if it's 10 more who want to do wrong, and it's 2 who want to do right, who gonna win? The 10 you see what I'm saying? And now you look crazy. You the oddball, so just come with it.
I know for a fact, me being on the team for 2 years, knowing you for 2 years, is like Ryan said, bro, there's nobody on that team that I think, wanted to win and wanted Miami to be great as much as you. And, people say they want to say about it, but shit, on Saturdays, you showed up, which is we losing by 20 or we up by 20, you showing up, you making plays. I'll never forget North Carolina game, 2020, they running the ball down our throat. They got 600 rushing yards. You out there playing like we, like we in the fourth quarter battle. You don't want still showing up on defense. Like, not saying about no other guys, but you out there, going hard, doing whatever you can because that shit's embarrassing. Like you said, like you really, you really care about the youth. You really care about winning and losing. And I know people not going to admit it, but shit, there's a lot of people that play college football that really just there just to say they play college football. Like they really don't even. You feel what I'm saying? So like I applaud you for that, and I learned that from you. As far as like watching you play, watching you practice, and all that. So for sure.
That's when I think about games and stuff, I think about that game because I'll never forget the moments on the sideline. Obviously, I'll never say what was said, but it's late in the fourth quarter. People now it's like, all right, we know we're gonna lose. There's no time, to come back and stuff like that. And everybody's like, all right, they're pulling all the starters, and you're like, nah, like I'm still gonna play. Like screw that. Like I'm still going out there. Like I'm not about to get embarrassed even more and things like that.
They want, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers see what they want to see. Mm-hmm. They gonna give credit to who they give credit to, but I'm at peace just because I know like, and I appreciate y'all boys for what y'all said, but like I know like it ain't a loss we took. I ain't bawling my eyes out. Like not no fake shit, not for no attention, about my motherfucking self. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm motherfuckers on the plane laughing after an L. I want to fade niggas, and I'm the one getting yelled at by coaches. Cause dude, after we get my ass whooped in Clemson.
Hey, I've been on that bus with you after the loss, bro. I know how it go. I know exactly how it went. You was right in every situation. We was on that bus. So that's crazy.
It's just that.
I'll never forget that. You checking people and stuff like that, and making it seem like you were the bad guy. And I personally, witnessed that a few times because, we're on the defensive bus, in that 2019 season on the defensive bus. And, sometimes it's like that in 2020. And you got looked at as a bad guy sometimes when really you were right. And I remember one time we weren't even cool then. We weren't even real cool then. Like me.
Right now.
Yeah, we good now, but Nesta knows like me and him would go back and forth. But there was one time he was right, and people were trying to say you were wrong, and you weren't even around. You weren't even in the room, nothing. And I was like, nah, I told him straight up, I was like, y'all were wrong, like dead wrong. Like Nesta was checking y'all on real things, and y'all just didn't want to hear it. But, I mean, like you said, sometimes that's how it goes.
I ain't tripping off none of that shit. I love that you. It ain't about that.
So, with that, I got to say, what was your favorite moment at the University of Miami?
Damn. Favorite moment? Shit. Probably, I go back to probably FSU 2020, bro. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, if you was in that stadium, it felt like it was full. Like, that shit was crazy. You
That shit was
know,
lit.
fucking, it's so many, like, you know what I'm saying? Going to the NC State, coming back and winning. Going to VTech, fucking just, you know, just never, we were honestly a never relenting team, like no matter what nobody wants to say. And just, it's just too many moments to, you know, to talk about, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Some locker room, you know what I'm saying? That shit be the best memory, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a lot of funny times in that locker room. But
So we can talk about it on camera.
yeah, we can't talk about it, obviously. That's locker room stuff. But we'll go.
Not them nights either.
Yeah, not them nights either. We'll talk about just this question. And I think I already know the answer. But what is your worst memory?
We just lost the FSU, bro. That's probably one of them biggest, because the way I felt after that loss, I never felt one like that. Like that shit was just like sickening. Like that shit really ain't feel real. Hearing we under the locker room, hearing the fireworks go off and shit. I'm going in that game 3-0 versus FSU, finna go out 4-0, like fuck them. And motherfuckers lost. Bullshit. So on 4th and 14, eh? Shit is crazy. So that's probably that or fucking or FIU. One of those. It's probably that.
Those are my two biggest ones as well. The FIU loss and the Florida State one. Because nothing, you know, hurts worse than losing to Florida State. That's just it does something to you. But also when we lost to FIU, I remember waking up the next day.
Bro, like that's why when fans be saying shit, like nobody takes it worse than like us already. Like we lost at the OOB to FIU to the old goddamn coach. We supposed to go out there and blow their ass out. Like, cool, bro. Like we take that shit. That shit was embarrassing.
I remember I woke up the next morning going into the Sunday lifting. I'm like, oh snap! Like it hit me. I'm like, we really lost that game. Like I couldn't believe it.
Then we got shut out by La Tech.
That's
like that. And then DA showed up on the bus. That shit crazy.
I hit that DM that December, I think, or January.
Yeah. So, yep. And I went back and watched all the game too before I decided to come. I was like, look, they lost to FIU, lost to Duke, lost to La Tech, and what's the other team I lost to?
Lost to Duke that year.
Lost to Duke. So I was like, ain't no way I'm losing to any of those teams. You know what I'm saying? So it was like.
And we lost to VTech.
VTech, yeah.
That one ate me up. There was a video that surfaced Twitter and it pissed me off so bad. Is VTech? I don't know if they had some box or something, but they went on the U and they were like taking some grass out or something, or like, you know, kicking it up and like putting it in some box. I don't know, but
niggas was dancing after losses that year. Sideline dancing.
I wasn't there that year, I ain't gonna lie.
That shit is crazy. Niggas dancing on the sideline doing the fucking Soldier Boy. We getting our ass beat. Niggas giving out the spirit leader award and shit like that. Niggas trying to win that shit. Like type of shit is that. Sunday we come in, we just lost. It's been or whatever. What they call that shit? Ryan, you know. I know.
Hey, we already know we got Nesta on the shirt.
It was a shirt. It was a shirt. I forgot what it was called. A Juice Squad or something like that.
Yeah. Special teams coach used to give it out.
It was a juice something. It was a t-shirt.
That was some shit.
It was a cool t-shirt. I never got one, but it was a cool t-shirt.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Nah, yeah.
You live, you learn, though, bro. You live, you learn, for sure. Good times, bad times.
Oh, shit. Did they get the chain for real? I got a question for you now. Did they get rid of the chain?
Well, I guess that's a question for me. Man, I don't really know. I mean, I guess so. We haven't talked about it, but obviously there was those rumors. It's probably a question I need to ask. I think they're still hanging up, in the little.
I rocked everything, bitches. I don't even care. I rocked everything.
Hey, I'll never forget this UAB game. I still think it was supposed to be a fumble. I jumped on it so quick on the ball. I was like, I'm about to get the turnover chain, first one of the year. Man,
that shit went out there.
Yeah, I never got to wear it, but I will say
the rings this year. That's why I fuck with Ram. Shout out Rambo, bro. Rambo, you real. Dog Duke scored a touchdown. Let me get the rings with him. Boy, solid. Garrett never did that for me, bro.
I never took the paper with the rings. I never did the rings, bro. I always gave it to somebody else. Like, I never did the rings. Nah, but hey, what you want to say, Ron?
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, we do on the show, like any guests we have come on, we want to like give an opportunity to give like some, something they learn. Like, it don't got to be motivational, just like a little quote or something they go by. So,
shoot, I just go with the flow, gang.
Some advice? Any advice?
The advice I would give probably just to the shorties like coming up, just like, focus on you. Like, you definitely gotta like separate yourself. You cannot stay like, them boys doing bad, them boys not going to study hard, them boys not doing what they're supposed to do, late to lips, doing things like that, bro. Like, at some point you gotta grow out of that and like focus on you. Like, I ain't never had them problems. Let's not get it twisted. Like, that's not. But, you know what I'm saying? Just dudes gotta get right, like, and just focus on their bag, because like this shit go quick. Like, I would have never thought I'd do 5 years in college. It's my 5th year in school, gang. I would have never thought, like, and this shit go quick. I'm 22 years old now. Like, I'm not an 18-year-old boy no more, And I wish I knew some of the things I knew and just moved the way I move now. When I was that age, I probably, would have been gone. So just be older than you are, I guess. Be more mature in situations and, yourself.
Well, that's one thing I could attest for is your maturity level from when I first got there till now is just like, it's night and day. Even when De'Aaron got here and, until now, it's like night and day. It's a whole different person.
Hours though, King, like you definitely was like one of them ones who like said, nah, like I'm a rock with bro, like tell them how to do things, move like this, move like that. And like, so I salute you for that for sure. Like, that's why we gang for sure.
Appreciate it. Quincy too. I know Quincy was on you too when he was there.
Quincy was on my ass.
Yeah,
JP
sure.
too. And Greg punk ass. But I'm saying, I appreciate them boys for that.
For sure.
But thank you so much for coming on. We're glad we could finally get you on the show. And obviously we're gonna wish you good luck and at Arizona State this year. But not too much luck because we want to be ahead of y'all at the end of the season. So
I ain't gonna lie, Nesta, I want you to go crazy.
I gotta go like road to glory mode, like we on NCAA.
Yeah, like
I wish you luck. But no, thank you so much, bro, for coming on the show. We appreciate you. And for me and De'Aaron, we thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time.